So let me begin. I'm going to do what we call pass the mic and let everybody, as part of the panel discussion, introduce themselves. You'll tell us your name, where you're from, and what your role or position is.
Hello everyone, my name is Kaitlyn Donahue. I am one of the welding instructors at Advantage Academy here in Florence, South Carolina. I've been there roughly 5 years and I can't wait to be there another 5.
I'm Preston Sims. I'm a welding student at Advantage Academy. Did my internship with the Harbor Freight at Steel Fab, and that's about it.
My name is Sarah Lowell. I'm from Hartsville. I go to school at Hartsville High School, and I do my internship at Piece of Work in Society Hill.
My name is Roger McFadden. I go to Lake City High School. I'm a Mason, and I did my internship with Tom and Mixer.
My name is Anthony Wilson. I'm the masonry instructor at Lake City High School. This is my 7th year at Lake City High School teaching masonry.
Okay, thank you. Now, I'm gonna let y'all hold on to that, and as I ask questions, feel free to answer or reach for the mic, whatever, so that we can make sure that we are able to hear from everyone. First question, this is probably for the interns. How has the Harbor Freight Fellows experience with a mentor impacted your future endeavors in the skills trades?
Well, really for me, it helped out a lot. I ended up getting some really good, like on the work side, on job site experience. I ended up with a job by the end of the internship, and I continue learning every day at work, and hopefully I continue.
It's helped me a lot. I have some real world experience. I have learned the financial side of welding and making art. It's helped a lot.
It showed me that it's not necessarily a 40-hour work week that you need. You can go in and get quick jobs, and that's going to help me while I'm in school.
Okay, excellent, thank you. This could be for the interns or the adults on the stage. How did you become interested in your skill trade of choice, and what do you like about it?
I originally grew up in Macby, and don't hold me against that, but my welding instructor was actually my ag instructor, and if anybody knows Pat Earl, you may or may not, he taught me a lot. He taught me what I didn't want to do, and he taught me what I did want to do. He taught me that I wanted to work hard for what I had, and he had so much wisdom that he gave me that I knew I wanted to push that and give that to someone else that they can use. It's been very successful for me, so I wanted to make sure. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm going to show my feminism just a little bit in my tone of voice. I might be a welding teacher, but we are women. But I really wanted to help out the younger kids and give them the opportunity that I had.
You've got some fans yelling about that girl power.
So for me, I just want to say thank you, Steve, for everything you do for me and for your students. Couldn't ask for a better welding teacher. But for me, for how I got into welding, it was really like, we have a shop down at our house, and my papa, if he needed something welded, he'd show us how to do it. And really, I said about 5th grade, I knew this is what I wanted to do, so I pursued it. I actually started coming to South Florence just for welding. And it's helped out a lot. It really has. I got a good job, and that's really all I could ask for.
I first realized I wanted to be a welder when my grandpa and my dad were both welders. They started teaching me some things. I was in 8th grade and I did the tour, and I was like, that is what I want to do. And most of the class was guys, and I was like, well, I want to be a female welder. And it really spoke to me, and I love the art part of it. I love to make things beautiful and for everyone else to enjoy.
What got me in the mission was having the ability to take classes in the campus in my freshman year due to having classes out the way in middle school. I had a great instructor named Mr. Wilson, and he started to show me the business side of things as well as the skill side of things, and it's just something I wanted to do. I stuck with him and he's sticking with me.
Do I started taking race reading in high school. I was like, well, I don't want to go to college. I think I'm just get a trade and go straight to work. And when I started, I was like, man, this is pretty neat. I get to go to different places. I get to work on different jobs. And when I got out of high school, I started traveling, working for different companies, building a lot of schools across the state of South Carolina. And then moved to Charlotte, and then got into doing commercial buildings, and then moved back down this side and started teaching. And been teaching now, this is year 23 for me teaching. So getting into teaching was a little bit different than being on the construction site, because we had to change our tone of voice and everything with the students. So, but I fell in love with it, and I'm sticking with it, and I'm planning on retiring.
Next question is an open mic question for anyone. What are some of the most challenging aspects of working in your area?
Without a doubt, is working with the old people, like the old grumpy people. That's the worst part. 1 minute, they'll be super nice. Next minute, you're getting cussed out like a sailor. Other than that, it's pretty good.
If anything, he's going to be honest.
If you like it.
Mine would be being a female, having to prove that you are worth, and you're worth being a welder, and that you can do everything everyone else can do. And that's about it.
What he said. What he said. Definitely what he said.
Okay, next question is for our females. Why do you think more females do not choose to work in the skilled trades? And what can we do to change that?
I personally would kind of add to her thing. In this field, as a female, you are not automatically given the same respect that a male gets coming into the job site. You have to work twice as hard. You have to really show your dedication and bust your butt, to say frankly, that's the best way I can put it, to really get half the respect that others get. So just to be honest with you, I tell my female students, mind your business, do your welds, and let that paycheck prove to them that you are worth being there.
Everything she said, I agree with. You just have to work 10 times harder to prove that you're worth it. You just have to show them that you're there and that you need to be seen and you can do everything everyone else can.
Good knowledge, good information. Next question. What would you say is probably one of your proudest moments from working in the skilled trades?
I would say, one, my students getting better jobs than I could ever imagine. Making a killing coming straight out of high school, less than 9 months. I have some students in Charleston that work at BMW, Mercedes-Benz. I had some working welding on airplanes, and they never did any post-secondary education after Advantage Academy. They came to us, they got their certifications with us, and they showed the dedication, and it worked out. A lot of these students choose trades because money's not always as easy to come by. College costs, And for them to have the opportunity to make more than I do as a teacher, and they've only been doing it for 9 months, man, does that make me feel good.
My mind drifted. Could you repeat the question?
What would you say is one of your proudest moments from working in the skilled trades?
I take pride in my work, period. So anything that the students build, anything that I build, and they do a good job on it, that makes me proud.
Okay, great. And one final question. How do you feel about working long, hard hours?
For me, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you, I enjoy it. I like being away from home. That's just me personally. Money's good whenever you work long hours. Like, for me, whenever you get a break, I'm working 60 hours a week. I like that paycheck. But yeah.
Like I've heard a long time ago, if you love it, it's not really work. So I love it so much it doesn't feel like work, no matter how long I'm doing it, no matter how long it takes or how hard it may feel or frustrated I get, it doesn't feel like work. I'm just doing it because I love it.
For me, I grew up outside working in the field, so it's just kind of just part of my life. I don't really look at it in any type of way, just work and getting it done, collecting the check, that's it.
Okay. For a second, I'm going to ask, are there any questions in the audience that I did not cover that you would like to ask any of these people on stage, any of our panelists?
Yeah, my question is, are there things that you can do or say to young people your age to get them motivated to do careers without having to think that they all have to go to a four-year college? I mean, what do you say to get people motivated to do those careers?
Okay, the question was, are there things, or what do you say, or what can you say or do to get people motivated to go into the careers without thinking that they have to go to a four-year college, or what I call traditional college?
So people think of our line of work, such as anything, masonry, mechanic work, welding, they figure, well, I'm not going into that. I'm gonna use my brain, I'm gonna go to college. I don't wanna be 80, 70 years old, still hurting my back. But when you think about it, most older people are just pushing the pencil, pushing the pen. Most older guys that go into the trade, they get experience, they work, they make money, they learn everything they need to learn about it. And once they get older, they're the boss. That's the end goal. So one day own your own. Not to get in the trade, to stay here, just to become part of the assembly lines, to step out, make your own money, make your own way, start your own business, have your own wealth for your family for generations to come. That's what I tell you.
I agree with everything he just said, especially about stepping out and making your own business. That's what I want to do. I think for going to a four-year college, if you want to get your hands dirty, you want to make your own, you want to get real-world experience, doing a trade would be really grateful and really beneficial to them.
Now for me, I don't blame you for going to a four-year college. There's nothing wrong with that. But for me personally, school after high school just isn't for me. And I don't know, I don't feel like I could go to a four-year school. So that's the reason I picked a trade. And so hopefully I can still be able to retire early once I get older. That's really it.
Okay, thank you. We have another question from the audience.
So in the adult world, we have a lot of meetings about young people. And the number one question is, how do we support young people to push you in a direction to help you find a career that is desirable for you? So what does good support look like coming from adults to you all?
So earlier when he was speaking, he talked about how they had kids write what the Secret Santa thing. I would say invite them into the meetings. Figure out what they need from you instead of trying so hard to put what they need from them. Get it directly from your source.
I would say being there for them, supporting them, just wanting to help and be a support system for them, and yeah.
I kind of forgot the question. Can you repeat it?
What does good support look like for you?
Look like for you all?
For us, most definitely having somebody push us all the time, like just trying to make us a better us every day.
Miss D don't accept the bare minimum. We do the best.
Any other questions from the audience?
Hey, thank you all. Really appreciate it. For the three youth, for your experiences out in the workplace, could you compare what you were able to learn and grow from there versus the classroom?
Without a doubt. Definitely the classroom has helped out tremendously, but there's nothing like on the side work. You learn a whole lot more than you do in the field while you're in the field. And Ms. D definitely prepared me to go out there and still be able to wrangle with the old people.
He acts like I'm old.
Watch it. If you say old people one more time.
Talk about they're not too old.
I forgot the question.
We got the last 2 minutes.
Classroom versus real world situation.
The real world has helped me a lot, especially with the financial side, knowing my worth, knowing the time I should put into the stuff I do. It helps a lot.
The biggest difference for me is how much it takes to start a job. With masonry, there's a whole lot of pre-work before you actually start the laying while in the classroom. Go ahead and start laying, and that's the biggest difference for me.
Yeah.
Not that I'm the youth to answer that question, but to reiterate what he was saying about the old people. The old people out there that are still out there love the trade that they're in. And you have the greatest opportunity to learn from the older people, and that's why the fellows is a good opportunity for you guys to learn some of the things that, some of the knowledge that they have. So it's a blessing to be out there with some of the seasoned people.
That's a better way.
To learn what they need.
I think we've got time for maybe one more question from the audience.
Okay, we heard from the females talked about how they had to prove themselves to men because they're in a non-traditional field. Now I'm going to hear from the young men. How do you feel about females working in that field?
I like that.
Did y'all hear the question?
On the back of the
I'm sitting right beside you.
You got women on both sides, man.
I think at the end of the day, whether you're a male, female, blue, black, green, or orange, if you can lay a brick, you can lay a brick. You know, it's really
So I really don't see no difference. I mean, as long as they work hard, work hard at business, biggest thing. I did. Yeah, if you want for a woman, I'm gonna be where I'm at.
Good answer. Good answer. Okay, we would certainly like to thank our panel guests for this discussion today. Now, I will say, as we're about to move or transition into our next session, which is where you get to actually meet with the students, talk with them, and see what it is, please feel free to continue asking questions, whether that's from our panelists or whether that's from those students who have displays on the back. I will say, just to add my own 2 cents, for those of us who are over the age of 30, sometimes I think the biggest barrier, and I may just be preaching to the choir right now, the biggest barrier is our mindset. For those of us over the age of 30, when we came through school, the traditional 4-year college route was the great equalizer. It was the way to success. Nowadays, that has changed. If COVID did not teach us anything, it taught us that we've got to learn to be able to spin at the drop of a moment and change our direction and our way of thinking. And so that is going to require those of us who may have taken that traditional 4-year route to rethink what we're doing. The skilled trades right now, CTE right now, they are doing what the tractor did for farming. It made it much easier, much quicker, much more efficient. The skilled trades today are not the vocational schools that we tend to think about from years ago. When I graduated from high school, 1987, the vocational building, as it was called then, was not for smart people. It was for kids who could not do anything else. Today, those vocational buildings have been renamed career centers, career and technical education buildings, because the skilled trades require so much more technicality and specificity than we were ever even aware of back then. So those working in the skilled trades, I always say, are our next millionaires. So we need to make sure that if we are of that seasoned age group, we are not pushing our methods upon the younger generation. They've got to live their lives, they've got to find what works for them, and CTE and the skilled trades provide the greatest array of opportunities for them. So let's encourage them to explore them. Thank you.
Now, let me add something in the agenda. Right here. I'm done. Okay. Just a quick addition as a follow-up to this. This is the data on what happens with high school students once they leave. 6 years after high school, only 30% of our high school students have a college degree. They're an associate or a 4-year. That means 70% of the kids we care about are going into the workforce. Are we, as educators, preparing them for that? Or are we just preparing them for more school? An essential, critical piece of preparing youth for the workforce is what we heard today. Get them out of the school into the real world, working with the professionals who have done it, who take them under their wings and mentor them. So that's our message. That's what we're learning as we work with youth. Thank you, everybody.